I provide project management techniques tailored to the legal industry to improve efficiency, client satisfaction, and profitability. So in this episode, I'm going to go over how to navigate through these techniques. Listen in for more. Before we get into this episode, we would like to thank our Season 4 sponsor, Affirm Investigative Solutions, your go-to litigation support company. Without them, we would not be able to keep upgrading and integrating new concepts to this growing podcast. If you would like to take your support further, feel free to hit the support button on our Let's Talk Paralegal website so we can continue providing quality and empowering content for you and all our listeners.
Hey guys, it's your girl Etta, and welcome to the Let's Talk Paralegal podcast. Today we are going to talk about legal project management. It's something that we really focus on when we're doing consulting for our law firms, but it's also a valuable skill, not only for the lawyers, but also for non-lawyers who work on legal projects or collaborate closely with the legal teams. So we're going to go over some practical tips for non-lawyers that involve legal project management. And this way you can utilize and implement it throughout. Now, I do usually go over 18 of these, so I'm definitely going to shorten it a little bit for you in this podcast to 5, right? So the main 5 that I want you to focus on that maybe you are not going to be able to Google and learn more about, maybe it's something that you never thought about, out of the box thinking, are the ones I'm really going to focus on for the podcast, just so that you can have some substance and add it to your current skills that you have right now. So the first one is risk assessment. Most of you know what risk assessment is. It's basically how it sounds, right? You are assessing the risk of the potential mitigation, right? So anything development-wise, anything during the project of unexpected complications, any contingencies that there might be, identifying these ahead of time are going to help you be better at actually managing your caseload and managing your projects. So what does that mean? What does that look like? The first thing I want to talk about is when you are analyzing a case. So for my caseload management people out there, I'm going to talk to you first. When you're analyzing a case, what are the probabilities that there may be a negative outcome to this case? Why would that be negative? What would that look like? Worst case scenario, and how can we actually assess that risk, correct? So definitely focus on anything bad that can happen and then create solutions ahead of time when you're actually evaluating your matter and your case. Now, for those that are not dealing directly with the case and you're dealing directly with the client, identifying bad habits, bad language, backgrounds that may affect the witnessing portion of your matters for my intakers and the people that are interviewing the clients for the first time, for my receptionists that are answering these calls. What are their triggers? What are their pros and cons? Assessing, again, the risk of a potential downfall for the case. Managers, assessing your actual workers, assessing the cases themselves. You want to do this throughout your entire career, your entire responsibility. So it's not only about the client and the cases, it's also about your employees. What triggers them, what inspires them, what's going on. Definitely focusing on those things are crucial for a project management success, especially in the legal industry. Now, my second point I'm going to go through is adaptability. It's something that we don't really think about, but flexibility, adaptability in legal projects can evolve and can change. And this is a continuous, constant thing. So you want to prepare and adjust your project plans, your resources, enhance your tools. And by tools, I mean everything, not just your computer, software, technology, the phone systems. Not only that, I'm talking about your employees. I'm talking about your careers. I'm talking about your skills. You want to, especially now with the new technologies that are coming out in the front lines, right? Everything is going to be integrated in AI within the next 5 years, according to legal trends. So understanding that this is a continuous, constant growth, both for your team, for your technology, for the tools, for the employees, for the clients. You want to make sure that you're prepared and that you adjust, because that is crucial to project management. The next one is client center approach. I know I said this and I'm kind of contradicting myself in the process, but I did say that sometimes what we do is we really focus on the client, but we have to at the end of the day, right? The client does come first, and the way that we're delivering the value to that client is also important, which includes your employees, because they're the ones delivering the actual value. So focusing on both, right? Making sure that the client is getting the services that they need. Is their English their primary language? If not, what else can you do to better accommodate that? Are your documents translated in different languages? Are your employees ready for, for other languages to come into your law firms if that's the route you're going on? Understanding their needs, their expectations can ensure that your caseload and your projects and your goals are all aligned. Understanding what they need in turn will help you improve your process and continue that management quality, efficiency, and effectiveness. My last point I'm going to give you today is problem solving. That's what we do on a day-to-day basis. People come to us with problems and we solve them, or we try to, right? So developing a strong problem solving skills that address the issues that may arise, right? We have to be predictive on this point. And during that process is going to be something that needs to be done promptly. It needs to be done in the beginning. This cannot wait until later. It's something that definitely needs to be applied throughout the entire process, through the time that the client comes into your law firm, whether it's virtual or physical, and from the time that you close the file. Is that cohesive? Are we solving problems? Are we dedicating the time and the need? Are we providing those tools and those resources to our employees to better provide that information and provide that service to the clients? By applying these tips, the non-lawyers, the employees can effectively manage their legal projects, and they can contribute in a successful outcomes, bottom lines, and enhance the collaborations with other legal professionals as well, because that's what we're here for. We're here to enhance each other. We're here to learn from each other, but we cannot do that if we're not working on ourselves and if we're not provided with the correct tools at the correct time in a continuous basis. Just like we do continuing legal education, just like we do continuing tips and tricks and podcasts and all the good stuff that we try to really digest information, this is one of them. You have to contribute, you have to apply, and it has to be a continuous process in order for it to progress and be efficient and be effective. So I hope this helped, and until justice is served, y'all know I'll be here. Bye, guys.